All right, here we go. Let me get the lights. Too dark? You okay? You want more light? We can open the blinds. Say it. You want more light? No? All right. All right, here we go. There you go. Go to page 3 because we didn't make it. So page 3, it had problem 3. 4 problems under this. All right, so you learned yesterday how to factor by grouping. You learned yesterday how to factor the difference and the sum of two perfect cubes. What you didn't see was the third page, and the third page is simply going to be more factoring that you've already done, except if you look, see this? Now you have not x squared, but x what? X to the 4th. Okay.
Yeah.
You guys ready?
I was ready.
Okay. Pay attention. All right. Now, this is nothing more than what you already know how to do. And what you know how to do is when I factor, I will take out what?
GCF.
The GCF first. Then, if I look and say, well, I can't. Is it a binomial? If it's a binomial, I'll write that for you. If it's a binomial, is it the difference of two perfect squares? If it is, factor it. If it's not a binomial, then it's a what? Trinomial. And we should know that trinomials, it says right here, trinomials factor into what? Two binomials. So really this is what you guys know. That's what you guys know when it comes to factoring. Yesterday I added to that list, I said, what if there's 4 terms? Now what do you do? Yesterday, if we saw 4 terms, we factored by grouping. Thank you. And then yesterday we said, what if this happens? You get the plus or a minus sign, sum difference of a perfect cube and a perfect cube. We can factor those. Follow the formula. The formula will take you to the answer. Okay, so this is nothing more than what you already know how to do, except we've got an x to the 4th. So when you think of x to the 4th, you have to think like this. X to the 4th is nothing more than x squared times x squared, right? So we've always seen this. This is what you're so used to seeing. X squared minus 9. Well, x squared minus 9 is the difference of two perfect squares. X what? X plus 3 times x minus 3. Well, this problem is no different, except for x squared has now become x to the 4th. So now we have to think the same way, but just realize x to the 4th is this. Okay? All right, so here we go. I'll be asking you these questions. Here it goes. GCF. Is there a GCF? No. Okay, so that one's out. Okay. Oops, I was trying to scribble it out. That one's out. Okay, so is it a binomial?
Yeah.
Yes. Now the only thing you can ask yourself is it the difference of two perfect squares?
Yes.
3 times 3, what? X squared times x squared. Okay, so to factor it, you just say what?
X squared plus 3
Times,
x squared minus 3.
right?
That's right.
And then I'd ask you, well, I'll ask you this right now. Is this done? Can you continue? This is a binomial, this is a binomial. The only thing binomials can be is what? Two perfect squares. Well, that's the sum. This is not factorable. That's the difference of a perfect square and a perfect square? No, 3 is not perfect. You are now what? You are done. Done. Okay, that's all it was. Go do that one. Get started. Take out the what first? GCF, if you can. This is in the notes. Oh, you did that. Yeah, it's somewhere about right there. There's go back. Okay. That's probably enough time to find the GCF. Ethan, what was it?
2x squared.
He says it's 2x squared. And do you agree, guys?
Yeah.
Okay. So 2x squared. This would end up being what, Ethan? 4x
squared
squared
minus 9x.
minus 9.
9,
Just 9?
Yeah.
Ethan, he said it, but do you agree?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right. So I took out the GCF. Now, look inside. What do you see? Binomial. What are binomials? The only thing they can be is the difference of two perfect squares. Is it?
Yeah.
Yes. Factor it this way, this way. 2x squared will not go away. It's stuck on you. You can't lose it. All right. What are the two factors, Ethan?
X, or 2x minus 3,
Okay. Times.
x plus 3. Wait, we didn't do 2x?
Is that right, guys?
Oh, wait, no, it's 2.
If that's a perfect square, the
Yeah.
square root of that goes here, here. So it's got to be 2x times 2x, right? 2 times 2 is 4. X times x is x squared. Right? Okay. All right. So that and that are the difference of two perfect squares. This one had a GCF in it. All right. Go to your orange worksheet right now. Go do number, I believe, I guess I'm going to take a quick. No, that's too easy. Let's go down. Go to 16, everybody. 16. Ethan, can you read it to me?
2x to the 4th
Okay.
minus 200x squared.
200? Ah, 200x squared. I mean, your orange worksheet is where I'm at now.
It's wide.
Caleb, what was the GCF here? 2x squared, okay. Kayla, after you took out 2x squared, what was inside? Minus 100, okay. Everybody agree with her? Okay. If you look inside, you got a binomial. Is it the difference of two perfect squares?
Yeah.
Okay, so it splits into two more factors. They are
X plus 10 and then x minus 10.
x plus 10, x minus 10. Look inside again. Is this, excuse me, difference of two perfect squares here or here? That is the difference. That's not perfect. That's not perfect. That's the sum. That's not even close. You're done. Orange worksheet number 16 is done.
Oh, yeah.
By the way, number 13, number 16, and number 17?
Yeah.
Aren't they all the same? Yeah, they're just binomials. Take out the GCFs. Okay, so let's go back to your notes. Don't be on the orange. Go back to your notes. Here we go. We have two more to do. Okay, they look like this. All right. I think this one right here, guys, is to your right on your paper, right? Okay, so look at this expression. Is there a GCF?
Yeah.
What is it? 2? Just 2. Okay, take out 2. When you take out the 2, what's left? You just divide by 2, right?
X to the 4th.
X to the 4th.
8x squared
8x squared
plus 12.
plus 12. Good?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, now look inside. You have a what? Is that a binomial or a trinomial? Trinomial. Now typically trinomials factor into binomials. Well, the only way this is going to work is if you have the first times the first give you the first. So this has to be what?
X squared.
X squared, x squared. Now, don't make this any harder than it is, because it's not hard. The only difference is right here. It used to be x times x, well now it's x squared times x squared. The process is still the same.
Plus 6.
Find two numbers that give you 12 when you multiply, but add up to what?
8, 2, and 6.
8. It's got to be right here, right?
That's right.
So it's plus 2 plus 6, right? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, tell me, is that the difference of two perfect squares? Is that, or is that one? Or neither? Neither. You're done. You don't have to go on. You're done. Check. It's all done. The only way for you to know if you're right is what? Foil it out. You'd have to foil this times this, get an answer, take it times 2, get an answer. You better get this. You will. It's just that takes a lot of time. And that's really the only way you can check this. Okay. That one. Do it. Is there a GCF?
No.
It's a trinomial. See if you can factor it. Roshan, did you get 2 factors to multiply to give you negative 24 but add up to 5?
I got
8 and 3? Okay. So did you put plus plus, minus minus?
plus minus.
Plus minus. Okay, plus what?
Plus 8 minus 3.
Okay, so he does that. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Because guys, if I went with this, the way he's doing it, his bigger number is positive. So I could do this, I could do this, I could do this, I could do this, right? There's my options for negative 24. And he picked these 2, and he's right. He got it. Question I have for you now is, are you done? Is that the difference of 2 perfect squares? No. Nope, that's a sum. That doesn't even come close. You're done. That's the answer. Okay? Go do number, orange sheet, no, orange. Oh, you know what? I already did number what?
18 and 15.
Oh my goodness. I already did your work. I gotta change that for next year. Okay, guess what? Orange worksheet is due when? Monday. Got it. That set of notes are now done. Okay, let's go on.
I think we should just wait for the other people to get back.
Who's the other people?
People that are missing.
The 4 people that are gone?
Yeah, so they don't get behind.
Well, one has already checked in with me. He'll be watching notes tonight.
How would Jamil?
Well, we don't know about Jamil.
But I mean, if we wait for him, we're all on the same page.
Yes, we
They don't
are.
get behind.
But you know what? If you're here, you're here. Look, the majority are here, Tate.
Yeah, but if we didn't know, we can work on this and ask you for help for stuff.
I second.
Yes.
Are you lost?
No, I'm not
Oh,
lost.
you
But,
just said you're not lost. Good.
well, I mean, I kinda.
If you were lost, I would have said, yeah, let's do yours.
I am lost.
No, you just said you weren't.
Well, now I am.
All
I
right,
didn't understand what we just did.
here we go. Now, you guys, this set of notes, just so you know, this set, you have already done all of this work in previous chapters except this time, we're going to work with polynomials. Okay? Instead of just quadratics. And this is what you've done. Today, sorry. Today, you're going to solve polynomial equations by what method? Factoring. You have already done this in chapter 4 several times. In chapter 4, you did something like this. X squared plus 5x plus 6. And I said to you, solve that equation. And you probably are thinking, I did this? And you did. How'd you do it? You solved it by factoring, you solved it by the quadratic formula, you solved it by completing the square. So really quick, tell me right now, how would you factor this? X plus 3 times x plus 2. Okay, that's your factoring. How would you solve it? What's the solution? When will this times this be 0? Negative 3 and
positive or -2.
-2. Okay, tell me, do you remember doing this?
Yeah.
Yes, you should. That is a quadratic equation. Guess what? That's not just quadratic, that's a polynomial. Well, that's what you're doing today. You're solving polynomial equations by factoring. Except your polynomials today are not quadratic, they're cubic, they're quartic, they're quintic. So what that means is you have to understand the answers are really just x-intercepts. And polynomials go like this, don't they? Up, down, and they cross the x-axis, they cross it, cross it, cross it. So there's many, many answers. And because there's many answers, this is just a little more complex. All right, see all this? All this right here is just review. I just don't have time to review with you, and I think you guys are pretty good at this, so I don't think this will hurt us. So I'm going straight to the problem right here. Okay. What are real or imaginary solutions to each polynomial equation? Well, first of all, the word real means your answer might look like this. X equals 5. Or x equals plus or minus square root of 5. Imaginary means your answer might look like this. X equals plus or minus 2y. Or remember these answers? 5 plus or minus 2y square root of 5. They can get kind of ugly, but they are your answers. So you're going to get answers that look like this, real, or imaginary answers. All right. Now what did we do to solve equations first? Get everything on the same side, says Noah. Get 0 on the other side. Okay, when you do that, make sure you put it in standard form. Standard form means what?
Y equals mx.
Highest power of x, next highest power, right?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Okay. So if you want 0 over here, you would write what?
2x cubed minus 5x squared.
Followed by? Okay, so now, that's how you start. You put it in standard form. Once you put it in standard form, now you factor it. We just factor. Let's keep going with this. Take out what?
X squared.
Gee, greatest common factor. Go for it. You just do it. Take it out. Factor it. Completely factor it if you can. Now Haley, she already told me to take out an x. Why didn't I take out any numbers? Yeah, 2 doesn't work, 5 doesn't work, 3 doesn't work. So I can't take out the numbers, but I can take out the common variable. So here I am. I got a trinomial, and I'm hoping that it factors. But do you guys remember this? When the number in front of x is bigger than 1, this is kind of one of those trinomials that are kind of difficult. How do you get 2x squared? 2x times 1x. Do you remember this?
Yeah.
And then because you have a number bigger than 1 in front of x squared, this is where it gets a little more difficult because not only do you have to look at the sign, -3. Well, to get a negative, it's positive times negative, correct? But here's the problem. You can't just say, what are my factors of 3? 3 and 1 or 1 and 3. This is the kind of problem where you have to say 1 and 3 work or 3 and 1 works. Which one is it? You want positive 3 and -1? Okay. No? The other way. Now Haley says the other way. Okay, so 1 here, 3 here.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Okay.
He was right the first time.
No.
Okay. Here. Let me just do it. What's this? Inner.
1x.
What's this?
6x.
Okay, add them up.
5x.
What do you want?
5x.
You want that. So that what you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is right. If you put a 3 here and a 1 there, and you do inner, outer, it doesn't work. Okay? Now, that's why this was harder. You can't just mentally do it. You almost have to physically inner, outer, do all the little math there. Okay. I've got my 1, 2, 3 factors. You know what I don't have? I don't have what? Solutions. And by the way, solutions are also called your what? They're just your x-intercepts. They're your zeros. Tell me this one.
0.
Yeah, that's a 0. Comma. Well, hang on. Tell me this one. 3. The reason I skipped this one is because this one's a little more difficult. 2x plus 1. When is it 0? Solve it for x. Yeah, it's negative 1/2, isn't it? If you divide by 2,
Yep.
you get your negative 1/2. Okay, so the 3 solutions are 0, 3, negative 1/2.
Yep.
Carr says yep, like it's nothing to it.
I have no clue.
You have no clue, but you're saying yep.
Very.
Okay. Well, guys, you just solved your first polynomial. Look how many answers there are. 1, 2, 3. Could there be more? On other ones, I'm saying. Have you ever seen a polynomial go up, down, you know, just cross? Yeah, it happens. You guys will get more than 3 answers. Go to the next one. Start putting, well, I should have said that. What do you do first? Put it in what form?
Standard one.
Standard. Okay, do it. When the 3x cubed came over, it became negative. And now look how I put it. I put it in order. 4, 3, 2. In order. From highest exponent down to lowest. GCF? Yes? What is it? Okay. Cassie says 3x squared, right?
Negative.
Everybody okay with the 3x squared?
What would happen if you didn't take out the greatest common factor?
Well, first of all, you can't make this work if you don't take out the GCF. I mean, you can try. It's just so hard. All right. Some people get lucky, though. They think about it hard enough and they actually do get it, but it's so difficult. What's left inside, Cass?
X2, X squared.
Okay.
Minus 2.
Okay. Okay, look at your work. Is that what you have? Okay, now, I heard yeses, so I'm going on. Car. I'm right here. Are you talking about the problem?
Yeah, it actually is.
Are you
I
really?
did it
Okay.
differently, but
All right. Here we go. By the way, this is a 1. When you have a 1 in front, that's an easy trinomial. Or at least it should be for you guys. So it's going to be x. Excuse me, times x. Cassie, can you finish this?
Minus 2 plus 1.
Yep. This times this is negative 2. Negative 2 plus 1 is negative 1. You got it. Pull out the zeros because the zeros are the solutions. So, all right, Cassie, you might as well finish it. X is 0, comma. Wait. Do you guys understand why the answer is 0?
It has to.
Well, it has to be, but is anybody confused on why it's 0? Not a person? Okay. All right, this one. 2. This one. So the solutions to your polynomial equation are right here. Could you check these and put these back in? Yeah, you can. Although, that takes time, and I'm not going to do it right now. Turn the page. Okay. All right, x to the 4th equals 16. Put it in standard form. Factor. I want factoring. Factoring. Was there a GCF? No GCF. So if there's no GCF, what are you thinking?
You just gotta do
Leave it.
Sum.
Well, no GCF. What's the next thing you should be thinking of? Difference of two perfect squares. Okay, is that the minus sign in the middle? Yep, difference. Is that perfect? Is this perfect?
Yeah.
X squared times X squared. Yeah, it's perfect. Okay. Bryce, did you get this?
No, I haven't.
You didn't get it?
Two for each.
No. Tate,
What?
did you get it?
Yeah.
What is it?
Equal, x squared
Okay,
minus 4.
Okay.
And then x squared minus 4
X squared
plus 4.
plus 4. Okay. Agree, people, or not?
I thought you were asking like, if I know what to do.
No, I was kind of asking that.
Well, I didn't have the answer. I didn't have the answer.
Now, he got that right, but wait a second, I'm not done. I'm going to ask again, can you take this factor or this factor and still keep going? Which one can you keep going with? The difference of two perfect squares. This is the sum of two perfect squares. This is not factorable. This one, leave it. This one, split it. Split it into what?
X minus 2.
X plus 2, X minus 2. Okay. Three factors. Pull out the solutions now. Well, I think this one and this one are pretty easy. What are they?
2.
Negative 2 and positive 2. So could I just do this? Can I just say that? Plus or minus 2 are your solutions?
Yeah.
But now go to the next one. Okay? So when is x squared plus 4 going to be 0?
2i.
Ooh. So I hear 2i. Well, here's the deal. You can't find a number. 2 times 2 plus 4 is 8. Negative 2 times negative 2 plus 4 is 8. So you need to set it equal to 0 and just quickly solve it. Slide the 4 over. X squared equals what?
Negative 4.
Negative 4. Now doesn't that tell you right now you're going to get what kind of answer?
9.
Yeah, because you're going to take the square root and you're going to get x equals
2i.
plus or minus 2i. How many solutions are there altogether? 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 answers. Can you say something? You okay?
Yeah.
Sweet. Let's do some work.
Hunter, you okay back there? Sydney, you okay? Maddie?
This work.
All right. Next. Hope you're not waiting for me. Get going. You should be able to do this.
What are you supposed to do? We're supposed to do 2e. I think you should do this. Standard form's right there. Jessica, did you get that back? What is it?
X squared minus 4.
Okay.
X squared plus 1.
X squared minus 4.
All right, Jessica said that. She didn't say take out the GCF because there was no GCF. So she went straight into this trinomial and said, well, I know negative 4 times 1 is negative 4, and I know negative 4 plus 1 is negative 3. So she's got it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, hang on. I'm always going to ask, can you keep factoring? Or are you done?
No.
Or you can keep factoring.
Which one can be factored?
Left.
The left one is the difference of two perfect squares. Don't quit early. This times this. And this one, is this the difference of two perfect squares?
Yeah. Sum.
This is the sum. Don't touch it. Okay. So this would become x plus 2 times what? X minus 2. All of this equals 0. So when you pull out the solutions, I think the first two are very simple for us. They will be what? Plus or minus 2. The next factor, I mean, you can try 1. 1 times 1 plus 1, that's not 0. You can try negative 1. Negative 1 times negative 1 is 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. Doesn't work. This is going to be imaginary. So set it equal to 0, right? Quickly solve it. And now you're going to take a square root of both sides and get x equals plus or minus I. Now, do you guys remember this? That when you see negative numbers in there, you're supposed to do this. Negative 1 is really just negative 1 times 1. So what's the square root of negative 1? I. What's the square root of 1? 1. The answer is plus or minus 1i. I'm not going to put the 1 there. I'll just put I. But that's what you're supposed to be doing. So plus or minus I. Good? How many answers? Total? 4. 2, negative 2, I, negative I. 4 answers. Okay, next. Standard form is? Okay. G, C, L. Is there one? No. It's 2 terms. It's a binomial. I told you the only thing binomials can be is the difference of 2 perfect squares. Is that a perfect square? Yes. Is x cubed a perfect square? No. Okay, so now we're stuck. Or are we stuck?
Difference of 2 perfect cubes.
Yeah, we just learned this yesterday. Difference of 2 perfect cubes. Okay. Go back to yesterday's notes. Look at the formula. If you guys remember, this is perfect, this is a perfect cube, this is a minus sign. The formula said, if you have a cubed minus b, a cubed minus b cubed, it factors into, now let's see how good your memory is. Can you do it without looking? A minus b, a squared.
Plus
Yeah, remember if this is a minus, the middle term is plus. Plus what? AB plus b squared. If you can follow that pattern, you will get the factors. And then you're done. Well, not quite. You got to pull out the solutions. So let's do this. Let's look at this and say, what is A and what is B? Now remember A and B, these are the roots. What's the cubed root of that? X. What's the cube root of 1? 1. You catch what I did? Cube root of x cubed is x, cube root of 1 is 1. Now put these numbers in for what you see. So your factors will be, okay, well it's A minus B. Well it's what? X minus 1 times, take your A, which is x, and square it. X squared. In the back, take your B and square it. What's 1 times 1? Plus 1. What's the middle term going to be? A times B. This times this. That's just 1x. What's the sign going to be? Plus. And there it is. That was yesterday's lesson. Now, what did I say about this trinomial yesterday? It's what?
It's never factorable.
Not factorable. It's not factorable. So please don't waste your time trying. Okay? So here we go. I need to know the solutions. Solutions are x equals what?
1.
That's an easy one. What's the solution to the other one?
X squared.
0? 0? Okay, 0's, okay, put a 0 in. 0 squared, 0 plus 0 plus 1. 1. Nope.
1.
Negative 1. Negative 1 squared is
1.
1 plus negative 1. 0 plus 1. Back to 1. Didn't work. Guys, here's the bad part. The bad part is when it's not factorable, you know what it means? There's no zeros. Okay, there's no, well, hang on. I said that wrong. I said that wrong. There are zeros, they just,
No solution.
there's no x-intercepts, but there are zeros. You know what they are? They're imaginary. Now, how am I going to pull the zeros out of here? There are zeros. Okay, when will that equal 0? Okay, guys, I gave you 5 ways to solve quadratic equations. Just name one.
Graphing.
What? What? Did you say graphing? You're right.
Oh, sweet.
He is right. I'm not going to graph it to find the 0 or the solution. Wait.
Quadratic formula.
Hang on. Jessica said factor it, but it's not factorable. You're right, but it's not factorable. You said quadratic formula. He's got another one. That's it. That's what we're going to do. But there's another one. We could complete the square,
Substitution.
but we're not going to. We're going to do the formula. So the formula, if you remember, you need your A, your B, your C. What is it? 1, 1, 1. ABC. Let's go get the zeros. Here we go. I'm sorry, I meant to say, let's go get the solutions. The solutions are x equals opposite of b
Negative 1.
plus or minus square root of b squared 1 squared minus 4 times a times c over 2 times a.
2.
Negative 1 plus or minus all over 2. Anybody know what's inside there?
Negative 3.
Negative 3. All right. Now, when you see negative numbers inside a radical, you know the answers are imaginary. The answer is negative 1 plus or minus I square root of 3 over 2. What are the other 2 solutions? Right there. What was the solution up there? Was it 1?
Yeah.
So you've got how many solutions? 1 solution. Whoops, I forgot something. I forgot my minus sign. 2 solutions. 1, 2, 3. There are 3 total solutions up here. 2 of them are imaginary. 1 of them is real. Okay. Okay, here's the deal. If I tell you this, if I tell you the trinomial is never factorable, if it's never factorable, it doesn't cross the x-axis. But there are solutions. What kind of solutions are they going to be? Imaginary. They will be imaginary. Okay? All right. That's it, guys. We're going to start our quiz.
What?
What?
Quiz.
No, our little tiny baby quiz. All right. Here we go. Listen. Guys, listen. Listen. Car. Listen 3 times means listen. 1, 2, 4 are quick hitters. Number 3, I don't like the equation. It says the graphic. I don't like it. I'm going to make up my own. It's better. Mine's easier. So just do 1, 2, 4, and then I'll get number 3 on the board in just a second. This is stuff you've been doing for 4 or 5 days. Okay? Middle person, hop away. Get away.
Can we do this by ourselves?
Yeah, do it by yourself.
Is it graded?
Oh, this was a homework.
When we come together, we go together.
Is it graded?
Give me a second though. It's a homework quiz. It's not a big quiz, okay? It's not going to kill you or it's not going to really help you either, but
So you can use our notes.
no. Just do it yourself. I'll turn that light off so you can see a little better when I write the equation. Number 3.
That's the equation.
That is, all I want you to do is just sketch it. And when I say the word sketch, it just means this. When you bounce or go through, you just do this. Go up as high as you want or as low as you want. Go down as far as you want or as low as you want. I don't want exact. Don't make tables. Just tell me, what's it doing? Going through, bouncing, you know? And then there's 2 more things you need to tell me if you read the directions. The end behavior you need to tell me. And how many turns. Right now, scribble off that equation that they put on there for you. I made mine easier.
Just sketch it, not.
Just sketch it. Yeah. What I'm saying is, I don't care how high you go or how low you go. Okay.
Do you want us to try in with the homework?
Oh yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah, you might as well bring up your homework because I don't want to walk around right now and do that. So.
Didn't you say we had time to finish the orange or something?
Yeah, didn't you say it was due Monday?
The oranges. The green worksheet from Wednesday is what she's talking about. That's what you were talking about. Yeah. Curran's talking about Wednesday's green worksheet. That's good. Still have 5 minutes.
How about
That's
that?
pretty good.
Oh, number of training points.
There. Then this is the assignment.
Yeah, I need to reset those.
test today.
Yeah, quiz here, homework here. Quiz, homework, quiz, homework. You got a pile for the quiz, you got a pile for the homework. Okay.
Some homework?
Book assignment over the weekend, yep.
You haven't done?
Quiz, homework, quiz. Have a good weekend. Do your book assignment, book assignment. Look in your calendar for the questions I want you to do. Yes.
Can I have a copy of the calendar?
Yes, you
Yes, there, I
can.
got it.
Okay, let me just do.
Calendar?
Yep. One second, I'm gonna stop this recording.